Shri Pranab, Minister Railways, Shri Uma Bharti, Minister of Water Resources, Professor Sanwar Lal Jat, Minister of State for Water Resources, Shri Shashi Shekhar, Secretary to the Department, distinguished guests, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen. I congratulate the Ministry of Water Resources and its Minister, Uma Bharti ji, for organizing this program of India Water Week 2016. The theme, Water for All, Striving Together, is of universal relevance and a great interest to all of us. I am happy that this annual event has been attended by national and foreign experts on water resources management, foremost policymakers and implementing agencies have shared their experiences and made important contributions to the deliberations. I congratulate Israel, this year's partner country, and commend its government, scientists, technicians and people for developing practical innovations for optimally utilizing and saving every drop of water that they can. Distinguished guests, Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, we must recognize that India faces a huge shortage of these precious resources. While we represent 17% of the world population, we possess only 4% of its renewable water resources. We are aware the per capita availability of water to our people is decreasing by day. The impact of climate change on the hydrological cycle and consequent variations in precipitation are causing severe floods and droughts with alarming frequency. Due to population expansion, increasing urbanization and industrialization, demands for water are stretching our resources. It's a growing challenge to meet the needs of our people on a sustainable basis. In our country and all over the world, conservation and optimal utilization of this limited availability of the world's water resource will remain a foremost priority for many years to come. Government of India's National Action Plan on Climate Change envisages close coordination between 8 national missions. One of them, the National Water Mission, was launched in 2011 with the objective of conservation, minimization of wastage, and equitable distribution of water. Similarly, government's interlinking of rivers program is expected to address the regional imbalances in water availability. It's expected to provide water for the irrigation of 35 million hectares of land and also facilitate 34,000 megawatt of hydropower. It will also help in flood control, navigation and inland connectivity. By developing water supply resources close to cities and industrial townships, we would minimize waste, loss in transportation and leakage. I am glad that central and state governments are focused on balanced distribution and a 3R strategy to reduce, recycle and reuse is being applied for saving water. This principle must remain the cornerstone of India's water management policy. Government's integrated Ganga conservation mission, the Namami Gange initiative, approaches Ganga rejuvenation by consolidating ongoing works and preparing a comprehensive 5-year action plan. The program has been supported by a budgetary allocation of rupees 20,000 crores. I welcome this initiative and look forward to the outcome of this work. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, I would say that it is equally important for us to preserve and safeguard to the maximum extent possible our depleting groundwater. We must apply improved water use technologies and better management techniques to our aquifers. We must also strengthen our database on the quantum and quality of groundwater available to us as to increase the efficacy of our policy interventions. Our government has recently launched the National Aquifer Mapping and Management Program. This program, which happens to be the largest in the world, will facilitate participatory management of groundwater for sustainable and equitable benefit to our farmers. I would emphasize the need for popularizing the rainwater harvesting and linking it to the rural development schemes like Mahatma Gandhi National Rural Employment Guarantee Scheme. Any strategy for efficient water management would remain incomplete without the active involvement of the community. The participation of the end user is not only a necessity for successful implementation of schemes, but it should be a development objective in itself. I am glad that Ministry of Water Resources has taken up the Jal Kranti Abhiyan to consolidate water conservation and management with the support of all stakeholders. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, further initiatives for integrated watershed development should be aimed at enhancing soil moisture retention, reducing sediment, and increasing land and water productivity. Micro-irrigation techniques like drip and sprinkler and adoption of cropping patterns that are better suited to our own environment will certainly help us to save water in the agriculture sector. Distinguished delegates, providing safe drinking water to our people is an area which needs to be done. Too many communities in our country still lack basic water infrastructure. Considerable time and energy to spend by their people collecting water instead of progressing to income generating activities. Proper water infrastructure would rejuvenate these populations. In fact, locally feasible technologies and marketable innovations should urgently be introduced in such locations. Involving microfinancing institutions would also help to popularize these techniques. For all these reasons, I cannot emphasize enough the value of multidisciplinary approach on water. We must prioritize resilient ecosystem, modern data management system, and innovations in technology. Our laws should inculcate a respect for the principle that water is a common legacy. We must treasure it utilize it in a manner that enable us to pass it on intact, if not enhanced, to our generations next. Government's Krishi Sinchai Yojana, Nirmal Bharat Abhiyan and Integrated Watershed Management Program are important aspects to achieve this objective. I therefore see India Water Week itself as a key initiative for sharing best practices and exchanging ideas to identify timely solutions to the critical water issues confronting for world today. It is heartening that there has been a good response to the exhibition that concurrently been held, showcasing technologies and solutions for improving efficiencies in water. I thank the Ministry of Water Resources, River Development and Ganga Rejuvenation for organizing this event and appreciate the contribution of the partner ministries of central and state government. To all the participants present here, I offer my congratulations and best wishes for them in their future endeavor. May your efforts meet with great success and benefit the people of India, our region and the world. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Jai Hind.